Hi guys, welcome back. Now today I'm going to be making a lamb curry. So today I'm just using lamb, and in my saucepan here I'm using 1.5 pounds of lamb, which I've already cleaned and chopped. So to this I've already added 2 medium-sized onions, which again I've already chopped into here. Now to this I'll be adding just 1 glass of cold water. So now to this I'm adding in my spices. I'm adding a teaspoon of my curry masala, what I've mentioned in my previous videos. You can check them out, which my spices were. So that's a teaspoon there. I'm using a teaspoon of red chili powder. Again, if these quantities are too much, reduce them down if you find it too spicy. I'm using a teaspoon of salt. Any salt is fine. To this, I'm adding in half a teaspoon of turmeric, which is the yellow one here. So turmeric is quite strong, a pungent flavour, so you don't need a full teaspoon. If you want to, that's your choice. And then finally to this, I'm adding a teaspoon of crushed coriander to that. Now, the next part to this, I'm adding in half a tin of chopped tin tomatoes. If you prefer to use fresh, by all means use fresh the better, if you can source that. If not, tin tomatoes are perfectly good as well. Now I'm going to leave this on a low medium heat and until the water reduces down. Right, so when this starts to boil, reduce the heat down and just let it simmer for a while until you see the meat tender and the water has evaporated. Right, so it's been 10 minutes. I can show you. The curry is cooking nicely. So now I'm going to wait a further 10 minutes to make sure the water is totally reduced. Then I'll be adding in some oil and the garlic and ginger paste. Now, as you can see, the water has reduced completely. Now to this I'm going to be adding 1 heaped teaspoon of garlic and ginger paste. I like to add this towards the end of the cooking to bring out the flavour. Now I'm going to add in 2 small jalapeno peppers. Now again, this part is totally optional because we have added spices in, so you might not like the extra added heat. Next I'm going to be adding 2-3 tablespoons of olive oil. This is the kind of tablespoon that I'm going to be using, but I'm just going to pour it in myself and eyeball it. Give that a stir. Right, now this is the last stage and I'll show you. Right, so that's nicely doing since I've added the oil, and now this is totally optional, but I wanted to add some extra flavour, so I'm putting in potatoes. So I've peeled the potatoes and washed them, and you can add as many as you like, and I've just got a small handful here. And now, so we need to make sure that the potatoes get cooked thoroughly before we add in the final stage, which will be adding in some water for the gravy. So again, I'm going to put this back onto the heat on a medium heat to get cooked through, and I'll come back and I'll show you. Right, as you can see, the lamb curry is cooking nicely, and I just want to make sure the potatoes are nicely cooked through. Let's just give it a quick stir. Nice, sizzling and bubbling away. Fantastic. Right, so 10 minutes later, after the potatoes are in, I'm going to add in some boiling water. Just enough to cover so we get the potatoes one final cook and let it boil. Let me just give that a stir and show you. Let's have a look. Nice. And I'm just going to add in, I think I need a little drop more. Now again, this is your personal preference. It's just that when we cook our curries, we like them to be well done. Okay, so as you can see, I poured in quite a bit of water, enough to cover. Lovely. Right guys, so the curry's nice and done. I checked with a knife and the potatoes are cooked through. Now this is a consistency I like. Some people might like it more runny, some might like it more thick. Now if you simply like the gravy to be thick, all I would say is put the heat up high and to reduce the water, but that's your personal preference. But there we go, so that's done there. And all I want to do is a simple garnish. I've just chopped up some coriander, also known as cilantro. So just put a bit of that. And again, you can team this up with rice or chapati or even a naan bread. And on top, I've already got some garam masala, and I'm just going to put this on top as my final garnish. So there we go, guys, lamb curry, nice and done. Please give me your thumbs up, like, comment and subscribe. Until my next video, take care, thanks for watching, bye.